in control room anyway. And now it says I'm live and there is an image. So now I'll try searching for my video, and there it shows, well, I don't know, is that, the word live is in black. Well, I'm going to try clicking on it. I thought it says red. See, that shows a 2-minute and 28-second video, so that's not it. Ooh, and I got an image on there briefly. All right, let's try searching again. A to Z, instructions and advice. And looking for one that's live now and just not seeing it. A to Z, instructions and advice. I'm going to change from the word and to an ampersand, since that's what I actually use. Okay, there's a live now that is shown in red, and I'm going to see if I can show this to you. It says live now in a red outline here, as opposed to the ones that were recorded live, shows the word live in gray tones on the thumbnail instead of the time. Well, that's interesting. But it also has a set reminder indicating it doesn't think that it has played yet. Yeah, see, here's one that has a set reminder and the word live in black. This one in black has the time, but it doesn't have a set reminder, and it doesn't have the word live to indicate that it was recorded live, which it was. Okay, so I'm going to go to that live now, and then also on the iPad. And there's one on the iPad that shows live, and this shows it differently. See here, it has the word live in gray on the thumbnail with a red dot indicating that it's recording now. The other ones in gray is showing the time, the length of those videos. And now I'm gonna go to that video. It shows that we're 3 minutes 59 seconds into it, and it's starting at the beginning. I expect to take a detour. That's not the updated text. I don't think this is right. The live control room shows 3 minutes 21 seconds. This shows 3 minutes 59 seconds. Not, and then it lost video. Come on, how do I get here? There. How about redo the search? A to Z advice assistance, 6 perform. There it shows live, 2 watching. Yeah, that shows the updated description. And it's showing live for 9 seconds, 10 seconds. I've been live longer than that. I've been live 4 minutes, 30 seconds. That seems strange. Shows a 2 minute and 28 second video, so that's not it. Ooh, and I got an image on there briefly. Yeah, this is way behind. And I don't get the chat window. Well, it is streaming. Ooh, now that looks more current. That's showing 135. See, the live control room shows 6 minutes, and this shows 146. Just ain't right. Yeah, see, here's one that has a set reminder and the word live in black. This one in black has the time, but it doesn't have a set reminder, and it doesn't have the word live to indicate. Very disturbing. All right, let's get on with it. This video is going to be a test of the booting from USB memory stick after having updated the BIOS, which is I think why I wasn't able to boot from the memory stick before. So I'm going to be using the Macrium memory stick that we created in a prior video. I'll go ahead and put it into the port. Let's let you see that as much as you can. And then go to, let's do the capture card. And it shows the removable disk that I put in, so I'm just going to cancel out of that window because I don't want to autoplay it. And let's stretch this window here. And let's actually go to, oh, I don't even have, you know what, I don't have the remote connection connected right now. That's okay, we'll just go without that because we're not going to be here very long. So the preparation phase, I don't need anything on there. The perform phase, the Macrium differential backup took 11 and a half minutes. We can go back to the planning phase to get a reminder if we need to about the keys for accessing the system BIOS on startup. I remember what they are without looking here, but is that going to be in planning or preparation? All right, I don't see it on planning. Here, boot menu command is the F9 to open the boot device. Now I'm actually going to go into BIOS setup, F10, to see the updated version number. All right. And then after we're satisfied with that, we go on to the Windows 10 upgrade. So I'm going to close Microsoft Access and restart the computer. And keep in mind, I'm not seeing right away the results because no, okay, I will see it because the screen that I'm on now, there will not be a delay. Where do I have you now? Yeah, you're seeing the capture device, but YouTube is not showing me the image coming through. Trying to refresh YouTube. That worked. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to refresh control room too, because whoops, YouTube just went out. Nope, it's back. Try refreshing the live control room. And that worked. All right, so we'll do restart, then I'm going to start tapping the escape key. Tapping, tapping, tapping. I just heard the backup drive fire up, so we can turn that off at a convenient point. Convenient point will be when the computer does not have Windows running. So when we get here to this startup screen, that'll be a good opportunity. You've got a black screen now because that's what is showing. I'm going to switch to camera 2. So you can see that. Well, you don't actually get to see that there, do you? Because my screen here was showing the black screen. I'm going to have to go back to the capture device. So you're seeing a black screen now. And that's okay, that's as it is. We should be at that startup menu by now. All right, I'm going to open the lid and see what's going on. Yeah, it says escape to pause startup. Oh, yeah, that's okay. So I'm going to press the space bar to continue startup and then the F10. Boy, it's just very unhappy. Okay, I'm going to try Control-Alt-Delete. That did not respond. I'm going to pull that memory stick out. I'm going to turn off the backup drive. Try Control-Alt-Delete again. Nothing. Nothing. Force the power off. Holding the power button down. Power on. I'm going to tap the F10 key about twice per second. Looking to get into BIOS setup. There we are. BIOS setup. Now can I get you back on screen there? No, still showing a black screen. Try function key and F4 to see if it'll send the video out. It's not. Oh, that's right, because I have to have the screen closed. So let's see. Here we go. Closing the screen. Then I should be able to get the capture image up here. Or not. Try and Control-Alt-Delete. And tapping F10. This is so unhappy. All right, let's escape. Discarding changes, yes. Go to capture device, F10. Oy vey. What's going on? Ugh. Alright, so we'll do a shutdown. Do I get capture? I do. So we're actually going to shut down. And then I'll do a power on. Oh, camera 1, you get to see that computer from that angle. All right. Now let's give you camera 2. And okay, it's going to be power on, close the lid, F10. Power on, close the lid, F10. Go to the capture card. Okay, so that should be in CMOS setup now. The capture card still is not showing me that. So we'll go back to here, and yes, we're in there. So I'm not able to show you the capture card after having updated the BIOS. Well, that is not friendly. Well, I'm going to get my photo up showing that BIOS version. Alright, the BIOS version before the upgrade was F.07. Now it's F.25. The computer was born on October 16th, 2012. The BIOS vendor is Inside, INSYDE. All right, and arrow over to System Configuration, down to Boot Options. It seems to me that there's more content on this screen. Still no capture card. It seems to me there's more content on this screen, but in the boot order, there's USB diskette on key, USB hard disk, and USB CD DVD ROM. There's nothing new on there. There's no significant change in the wording. So I don't see anything there that's going to that tells me this is more likely to work. There's a legacy support option. I don't recall that. It is enabled. All right. So I'm going to plug in the memory stick. Unplug that backup drive even though it's powered off. And consider the boot order. There's a section for UEFI boot order and there's a section for legacy boot order. I'm going to move the USB diskette item to the top on both of those sections. I'm not going to move the USB DVD ROM drive because that's clearly not what I'm using. So this means it should be able to boot from that memory stick without pressing the F9 key. F10 is save and exit. It's already highlighting the word yes. Press enter. And I'm just going to leave the screen open It says press escape key. Press the escape key for startup menu. This is saying press the escape key for startup menu. Previously it was saying press the escape key to pause startup, I think. There's nothing happening. Trying the enter key, trying the escape key. To unplug the external mouse and keyboard. Unplug the capture card. Try Control-Alt-Delete. No response. Press and release power button. No reaction. Hold power button. All right, power button. The significant difference now is there's a bunch of things disconnected. Press escape key for startup menu. I'm not going to do that. Just wait and see what it does without me intervening at all. All right, I'm going to walk away for a few minutes. Okay, it still says press the escape key for startup menu. I'm going to pull the memory stick, try Control-Alt-Delete, no response, press and release the power button, and it did shut off. Press the power button, and I'm just going to let it start up, and I want to confirm that it will go all the way into Windows. It says starting Windows. There's the Windows 7 logo, animated logo. So that looks like Windows is going to start up fine. I'm going to try another memory stick. This is a Windows 10 bootable memory stick. It was made from a different computer. And I'll do a restart. Looking for the possibility that that Macrium bootable USB that we made with this computer is not working. Okay, so there's that press the escape, and then we got an HP logo. We didn't get that HP logo with the Macrium boot stick. And we've got the spinning circle logo of Windows 10, which implies it is booting on that Windows 10 memory stick. And yes, it did. It did boot from that Windows 10 memory stick. Okay, so let's close this, cancel the installation. Pull that memory stick. We're going to go all the way into Windows 7 and then recreate the bootable memory stick. Now I'm going to see if I can plug in this capture device on the fly and switch us over. I should be able to get the capture device even with the display panel open once Windows is in control of the screen. That should be there. Yep, there we go. Oh, I gotta reconnect that external keyboard and mouse. They're just more convenient to work with than reaching out to the laptop keyboard. All right, let's log in. Well, this is interesting. The YouTube on my computer, that's monitoring from the YouTube website, and this is monitoring from the YouTube website. Their timing is quite far off from each other. That's strange. All right, let's get you back to here. Close that down. You know, I want to. The sunlight's coming in really strong. I'm going to see what camera 1 looks like. All right, back to the capture device. And then let's go to Macrium. So I'm wondering if creating the bootable Macrium memory stick after the BIOS update is going to make a difference. Go to Other Tasks, Create Rescue Media, Removable USB Flash Drive. And build. Let's see, are there any other choices in here? Let's look at advanced. Enable multi-boot NBR UEFI not available with PE 3.1. PE 3.1 is the version of Windows that Macrium uses on a boot disk. I think that stands for production environment. It's a particular version of Windows 10. We're not going to do BitLocker. 64-bit is fine. Custom base WIM. I think that's Windows Information Manager. Advanced users can supply a pre-prepared Windows image file. No, Windows Image Manager, I think. Devices and drivers, rescue media, volume, choose base WIM. This is the default. Oh, that's interesting. This is the default choice for Windows 7 and above. Windows RE is pre-installed with Windows. This option is best suited for your computer. It includes Wi-Fi support if built from Windows 10 and requires no further component downloads. And here's Windows PE 10. Downloadable option that supports UEFI Secure Boot 3.0 Windows Overlay File Systems. This is a good choice for Windows 10, 8, 8.1, 10. Server 2012. It's a requirement for Win 8.1. Well, I hadn't noticed this before because I have seen the Windows PE environment. I don't think I've noticed the 10 or 5 or 4. I don't recall ever seeing Windows RE, but this is a Windows 7 computer. That wording is weird. This option is best suited for your computer. Includes Wi-Fi support if built from Windows 10 and requires no further component downloads. I don't know, that's just weird. Here it says Windows RE 3.1 64-bit. So in the previous attempt it probably said that. That's 234.6 megabytes. This is a 1 gigabyte memory stick. I think we saw that. Yeah, right here. So you could perhaps use a 256 megabyte memory stick. Certainly a 512 megabyte would work. Rescue media successfully created. There's no verify option in here to check to make sure that it worked correct. So let's close that and then restart the computer. Now I'm going to close the lid. I'll let you watch this. I'm going to close the lid and see if we still get access to the capture device. Yes, we do. Then I'm going to go to the start button, choose restart. By the way, you might have noticed that the sharpness, crispness of these icons on the desktop improved when I closed that lid. That's because when I close the lid, the computer doesn't have to output the image for the lesser of the two monitors. The external monitor has better capability through an HDMI port than the built-in display that's on the computer. That's a function of the HDMI port capability on the computer, and it's a function of the monitor that it's connected to. Now, in this case, it's not actually connected to a monitor. It's connected to that capture device, which goes into my streaming computer. Now, I'm not touching any keys on the keyboard, and that should be okay because I had configured the BIOS settings to boot off of the memory stick. So I'm just going to wait for a while, and if we don't see anything coming back to life on the capture device, then I'll open the lid and see what's going on. I'm not hearing any activity that sounds like a booting. I do still hear the fan on the computer, so let's go ahead and check on it. Down here it says press the escape key for startup menu, so it's still not happy. I'm going to try the F10 key, see if I can get into setup. I cannot. I'm going to pull the memory key out, try Control-Alt-Delete. I don't expect that to respond. I think when I press and release the power button and wait for a few seconds, it'll power off. Yes. So now with the memory stick out, I'm going to use the F10 key, tapping it about twice per second. I'm going to go back into CMOS setup and set that boot order back to its normal method. Go down to boot options. Now I don't think you can see this through the display card. No, you can't. In boot options, I'm going to move the USB. Actually, what I'll just do is go back. On the bottom of the screen, it says F9 for setup default. So I'm just going to press F9 and then answer yes to load setup defaults. And that did move the USB devices down to their normal location. Now, F10, saving changes. Yes. Now I'm tapping the F9 key. I have not plugged in the memory stick yet. I just want to see it get to the boot order menu, and yes, it did. It says boot from EFI file or notebook hard drive. Now neither of those are the USB memory stick because it doesn't sense that as present. So I'm going to plug in the memory stick, press Control-Alt-Delete, and then use F9 key. And it acknowledged my F9 key press, but has not gone to that menu yet. There, it acknowledged my F9 again. Seems to be in a boot loop. Just keeps trying to reboot. Now it's just stuck on the screen. F9 change boot device order. If I keep pressing F9, what happens? Let's try function key F9. I know that's not right because the F9 key worked when the memory stick was not plugged in. I'm just not getting anything at all out of this memory stick in terms of booting. All right, pull the memory stick. Control-Alt-Delete, will that work? No. Press and release of the power button. I'm going to start the computer all the way up. I'm going to take that Windows 10 install memory stick and put the Macrium boot system on it. I know this memory stick works with Windows 10. I can always reuse or recreate the Windows 10 image on this memory stick after I've tested. So then if that works and this one didn't work, then I'm just going to stop using this to boot computers. I'm not even going to try to salvage it, because that's going to tell me there's something just not compatible with that memory stick. It's just not supposed to be this difficult, you know? But it is. This is my world. Memory stick inserted, capture device working. Minimize that chat window. I think we need a couple more icons in the system tray before the computer's really ready to use. I noticed this Wi-Fi signal is showing an indication there. I told you earlier that I've got an Ethernet cable connected. That was in a prior video. So I'm going to press the Wi-Fi button here so that light will change from white to red. There it is, red, more of an orange than a red. So that will be using the Ethernet connection now instead of a Wi-Fi connection. I think that's all of the icons now. As I move the mouse back and forth across the taskbar, I don't get any wait indicator, so I think it's ready. It's recognizing the USB memory stick, and I'll cancel from here. Actually, let's go take a look at this folder. Right click on that memory stick drive letter, choose properties, So it has a FAT32 file system. It's 14 gigabytes capacity. The Windows operating system was 3.69 gigabytes. Remember the Macrium was, what was it? Low 200 megabytes. So very small. And once we get this formatted for the Macrium, we'll come back here and look at this blue slice. It should be much thinner with Macrium. When I put the Macrium image on this memory stick, it's going to wipe out the Windows 10 image completely. Start button, Macrium reflect. Yes for the user account control. Go up to other tasks. Create rescue media. Here's the flash drive showing the 14.46 gigabytes. And click build. Let's see up here. Yeah, it shows the Windows RE. Rescue media created, successfully created. Close that. Close this. Go to the start button in the lower left corner. Click on it. Then go to the shutdown options and choose restart. And then start tapping the F9 key. There to acknowledge my drive choices, and I'm going to try closing the lid and see if it'll come onto the capture device. No. All right. So the options here: USB hard drive, boot from EFI file, notebook hard drive, or USB hard drive, SanDisk, Cruiser, Glide. It actually shows the name of the USB memory stick. That's really promising. Press enter. Windows is loading files. Starting Windows. That was a Windows. Oh, Macrium Reflect 7. Okay, that's interesting. This Macrium started up with a Windows 7 RE environment, as I'm used to seeing the Windows 10 environment. I didn't realize it does that. So that means the Macrium Rescue is created different under Windows 7 than it is under Windows 10. But in either case, it was the same creation on that memory stick as on this memory stick. So this memory stick just doesn't work as a Macrium boot memory stick. And I don't know why. All right, well, that's all I needed to do. Let's see if the capture card is working here. Close the lid. No. Try the F4 key. No choices there. Try function key F4. No choices there. Okay, I'm going to shut down. It is trying to reboot, so I'm pressing the F9 key to get back to here. I want to actually power off the computer. Press and release, and it shut off. I'm going to close the lid. I don't have a way to turn it on while the lid is closed. Herg. All right, power and close, and F9 key, and capture device. And you're going to see a black screen for a little while. That's okay. You can still hear me. And we're looking to see if I can get an image there, because I was able to before doing that BIOS update. This is just more disappointment. All right, giving up on that. Open the lid. It's at the boot menu. Remove the memory stick. And then choose boot from not SanDisk. Oh, that's interesting. That's the first one on the list now. Let's go into F10 and over to System Configuration, Boot Options, and see what it shows. Yeah, it shows the operating system boot manager and the hard drive before the USB memory stick, so it shouldn't have been doing that. Again, welcome to my world, things not working the way they're supposed to work. If you've experienced that, it's not your imagination. You're not stupid. You're not forgetting how it works. It just is not the same from one experience to another. Not reliably, anyway. So this screen should come available shortly. It's still showing black. I've got the lid closed, as you can see there. That should give us, we heard that chime. Now, log in. Well, I thought I was going to do the Windows 10 upgrade during this session. I suppose I could still do it because once I start it, I can walk away for quite a long period of time. But then there is those privacy settings that I want to demonstrate afterward. I guess I could leave the laptop on overnight at the security screen and then pick that up tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. No, let's actually do the whole thing tomorrow, because I can make use of a break tomorrow. I'm going to take a look at the Access database and see if there's anything I needed to finish up in there. Or are we truly ready to finally do the upgrade? You're not getting to see me right now because I don't have the log me in session going, and I need that in order to do the picture-in-picture, because that has kind of fouled up on me too. So I can't do the picture-in-picture while I'm showing you the capture card. So Windows 10 upgrade is next. All this other stuff has been done. And let's see, that backup media, create and test Macrium boot media. USB failed boot with, what's the name of that memory stick? With, I'm going to call it blue. Oops, wrong keyboard. Failed with blue memory stick, but works with SanDisk. Regardless of BIOS update. And I realize you can't see that, all the text of that field at once. There's the end of that sentence. All right, let's close access. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I'm going to shut the computers down for the night. And okay, yeah, that was a long adventure. How long has this been? Checking, an hour, 11 minutes, 15 seconds. So next is going to be the Windows 10 upgrade. Finally, gee, many Christmas. So in stream button in 3, 2, 1, click. And then the confirmation button to end the stream in 3, 2, 1, click.